You make me cry. All right. Make the shrooms. What's up, Fancy, Knife Dragon, and Riley? Knife wants to be first so bad, but that connection is ruining everything he's ever worked for. The struggle. What's up, Riley, as well? Hope you guys are having... Oops. Oh, almost stood up for a second. It's way too much effort. Alright, I'm starting with the Undershed tonight. It was a day, man. Whew. It says you're first. Oof. Unfortunately, it says Fancy's first on mine. But I'll give you guys a tie. Wasp Queen damage, Salt damage best. Why is it always something horrible after, though? I don't have any, like, Wasp Queen damage weapon things, though. The rest are trash! Well, son of a gun. I guess it's a tie. You guys were so instantaneous that the game didn't know what to do. I mean, you're first, but look at my screen. In off topic. Where is it? I mean, I can't... I can only award... a tie. What Globasa are you using? Jeez. What Globasa are you using right now? This is the one I currently have equipped, but that's just because I was using Sizzle immunity. The one I use for just around the yard is the Quickness Lifesteal one. Trickle regen's horrible. But that's just, I like speed. But, Dayru, welcome in, by the way. I'm still looking for better trinkets. Honestly, my luck has been max. I've had 2 good traits on my trinkets, but I have not gotten like a good triple roll option yet. The luck is not on my side, sadly. You have a Twitch account now? Nice. I spent a little bit of time. It was, again, what I was talking about earlier. Ridiculous day. My son was having a day, and he also had to come home early. So I watched him from like 2 on while working, which was rough. And he did not want to go to sleep again. My wife might still be downstairs trying to put him to sleep. Whee. This paycheck, I'm getting grounded from my PC. I can't wait. I hate, yeah, I can't wait. I hate that I have to restart, right? Honestly, the biggest reason I never restarted in Grounded is because I didn't want to lose all my stuff. New Game Plus is everything I've ever wanted in life. Honestly. Whatever. I should take it all. Why not? Dump it later. Where's the scanner? Get this thing off of my screen. Oh no! We're going down. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any part of that, man. Losing a Subnautica save isn't that bad, but grounded? I'm pissed I lost my Subnautica save too.
Science, you are out. Good.
Where'd he go? Bruh.
Having a little
Chill. This is why I use an axe, not a battle axe, typically. You literally need it, or else you're gonna lose half of it. Over 200 days? Yeah. No, it's the worst. There's nothing worse than having to start over, but it's gonna be amazing on PC. Dang it, stop using those. Why are all the black ox beetles the infused things? They're horrifying. I don't need that. Honestly, I would have a base tour of my Subnautica world if I didn't lose the save. Which would be lovely. We're good? Okay. I can't see anything! Can I put torches up in here, please? That's all I want. I just want to place sap sconces in this area so I can farm this stuff easier. Trying to save up for a PC by helping my grandma. She pays a lot, so it shouldn't take more than 3 or 4 months. Nice. Yeah, I'm happy to send you the link. I can look it up in my email after stream. So far, it's been a great PC. It's simple. It's done everything. It handles this world like a champ. Editing, streaming. I'm actually funny that you mentioned Twitch, because I'm hoping to start co-streaming soon. I got a little bit to figure out on the logistics side. Oh, was that in there? Dang it, I could have got that. Bummer. I definitely want to start streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Double the ability to gain followers and viewers and stuff. And I like Twitch's everything better than YouTube. YouTube's just easy, and the majority of people are fine with it. There's one here, isn't there? Yeah. Dude, how many of those am I gonna use? Anything cool around here? It's just this thing that always gets ruined. Oh yeah, I forgot the manse down here. So used to playing with a controller for 15 years, then now moving to keyboard is so weird. Oh, it's so much better. In the long run, it'll make you better. This fight might be quite difficult without a way better trinket. I didn't think about that. None of these trinkets are good for this. Probably feel that 2 Xbox adapter or connect your controller to PC. Yeah, you can do that, actually. Best of both worlds. That's the best part about PC. You can do it all. I feel like I'm gonna get destroyed in this man fight. I did not prepare for this properly. GG, boys.
Let's see what's around.
Look at that little cutie. Yeah. Want a challenge in some games you have to use controller. There are some that are better with controller. How do I always forget that the mant is down here? I don't know why. Give me the stuff and the things. There he is. It's gonna be the mini man too. This is gonna be really hard. We may have to go prep before we do this once I get destroyed a couple times. I don't know why I picked any of that up. I don't need salt at all. Subnautica and Grounded, you can 100% do it. For sure.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Bugs all week long, but I draw the line at scary-ass man-bug monsters.
Well, it's too late. We have no choice but to fight for our lives. We should probably save. It's confusing? Nah, it's easy. Keyboard, not keyboard. Mod Subnautica? There's some really good mods for Subnautica, honestly. Actually, these are all horrific for this battle. Dang. Jumping in some games is weird on controller. Lion Air switched, and it's just spacebar. It's just easy, man. Bring it. Come on. Take this. Okay, cool. Yep. I do a decent amount of damage. I just missed those blocks. Laser cannon and the prawn suit arms on the Seamoth are sick. I'm like, who doesn't want a grapple arm on a Seamoth? I do enjoy the grapple arm. The grapple arm is very fun. And lasers. They definitely need like slightly more combat stuff. It's a little too passive. Welcome in, Ludarav. I'm a new clan member. Eventually I'll get that sound made. Thank you, my friend. Welcome to the Builders Crew, or whatever we're gonna call it. It's YouTube memberships. So you need to become a member of the channel. Ah! That was a lot of damage. Been meaning to do that for a while now. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like they've been available for that long. What? That's unblockable. No! Please, no! I'm too young to die, Mom. I'm out of energy! Ah! Stamina, please! Dude, that slow is so bad. Can I have some stamina? Oh my god. I forgot he has that web shot thing. Need attack speed, there we go. Dude, every time I get hit, it's gonna take so long. Go, quick! Damage! That wasn't it. That wasn't it again. Please! Ah! so much damage. Yep, I was like, where's the explosion? Of course it was in the ceiling. Oh no. What am I running right now? I should be running this, dang. I need stamina. This would be so easy with any of my fresh up trinkets. We're so close! Dude. Bruh! Why did that explosive hit right then? Oh my god, he's one shot. You have to do it in your voice because I believe it is copyrighted. The clan member thing. Luderav wants a spot in the hall. Let's go. You got it now. You are officially in the temple. Dude, literally one shot. And you get cool emotes, and your hard hat gets cooler every month that you're a sub. Oh, a clan member. I could probably figure it out in my own voice. Dude, what? Okay, well, this is a good start. Okay. Fancy, you've donated a lot, don't worry. You're in. Of course it's here. Alright. I'm reloading. I'm bringing better stuff. This is dumb. All of that for nothing. Sorry, I can get back really fast. Yeah, Fancy, you've donated plenty, don't worry. Donators, members, people who have boosted in the Discord, people who have like helped the channel any way, shape, or form are going in there. They're just all gonna have different types of spots and chests and stuff. I know Luderav needs like a special spot just for being an idea donator. That alone would do it. I think one of these trinkets was good enough to keep. Start it over. Yeah, the Wasp Queen one seems maybe good. Not great, but not bad. I don't know. Fresh damage, finale bleed, crit damage. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of these. Hold on. Subnautica mods. Time talk again. Who doesn't want to grab the alien rifle and shoot? Dude, all day. The nuclear reactor would be awesome too. Honestly, both of those are good because he has a lot of explosive damage too. I don't know. And we can get things like attack damage up. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And maybe some like crit? We'll just kill him real fast? I think that's the way to go. Crit chance. That makes that better. I might just use this because the finale bleed's not bad either. Stick with these. That's fine. Actually, do I need healing? Let me just do this. Alright, we're good now. This is plenty to get it done. Weevil Overlord. All praises the Weevil. Weevil is king. The aphid can't even wear the crown on its head, you know?
This is awesome!
I haven't ever really played Subnautica with mods, though. Surprisingly. I always just played it vanilla. It's that good. Yeah, PC is just... I played Xbox for... I had a PlayStation growing up, Nintendo, GameCube, a lot of Xboxes. And now that I have a PC, it's just better. Just like allows the ability to do modding. Like, yes, there are some games that allow it, but the majority don't. And so it's like, it's just better. You can do all sorts of things. The Red Plague? Interesting. I really just want the lint, but... get that, remember. Alright, we're gonna bum rush.
Whoa. Nothing to be scared of, Max. Just
Depends on what I'm playing personally. Yeah, at this point I just like
a really tiny one. Not that that helps.
PC. Makes me better at everything, pretty much. Like, there's more upside to the majority of... Honestly, I have so much lint, I'm not even gonna get any this time. There's so much upside to PC that, like, yes, it's comfortable playing with a controller. I know that feeling, but once I played games that I played on controller on PC, it's more uncomfortable to start with, but it feels like it has a higher skill cap. Because you have so much more flexibility and precision that it just makes you better at the game in the long run. Well, I can also get that milk molar this time. Seems like a good idea. All fun and games till you... One sec, I gotta get over this without dying. Because I jumped like a moron. Why am I holding a heal boss out of everything? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We didn't do it. Can we make this still though? That's the question. It's gonna be real close. You get silenced with a crab squid. Nothing like a crab squid, man. Nothing like a crab squid. They're the worst. Look at that, we're already back. Never knew there was a research in the Undershed. You haven't gotten this far yet? This is like the end game, man. It's like the last step in the game. I don't want salt. Nobody needs salt.
Nasty larva here.
Dude, why is my mouse not working anymore? Just in Grounded, my mouse has decided that it no longer wants to do its hotkeys. But for like some of them, and I don't know why. You haven't done the Undershed? Get in there, man. Get in there. You're missing out on the best parts of the game. I always wish this like actually went somewhere. And how did they not add whatever this thing is? Is that just a web sack? I don't know. Feels like you still need that. I want to grow web sacks, maybe. Undershed's horrifying at first, so I can understand. But you gotta go and explore to poop your pants a little bit. Alright. Damage, damage. Let's go pure damage to start. I've beaten the game 5 times. I've never explored, really. I just run to the boss. Whoa, why did he attack before he was even down? Alright, look at the damage difference, though. Literally, the trinkets are so OP if you get good ones. So he's got the slow, though. Dude, I'm definitely blocking those. Ouch. No, heal! Ah! Dude, it's always the last little explosive that gets me. Oh, man. My question is how have you never gotten, like, excited and interested to go to this Undershed if you've beaten it 5 times? There's so many upgrade stones and resources and stuff. You got them, man. You're missing out. It's horrifying, but you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. And now there's like milk molars and stuff, all the good things. Maybe we try the explosive resist one. It's still going to do very similar damage. I didn't even use that. Send it. Dude, every time I get hit the first one. Okay, that was something. His attacks feel... This is an excuse, but his attacks feel slightly slower than they really are. Or they look slightly faster than they actually are, I think is what it actually is. It's like I'm slightly off, slightly too early on all of my perfect blocks. It doesn't help that you can't. They should have added in the ability to refight these bosses in New Game Plus. Like, they should just respawn. That's a better start. Hit him in the pants. The underpants. Did I ever change? Nope. Ah! Dude, the explosions. With the slow, you literally can't get away once you get hit. I named my prawn suit Subway Destruction Unit and my Cyclops Subway and my Seamoth Subway MK2 because we deliver anywhere, even in the void. Just didn't know there was an area to explore on the left side because the first time I fell into the hole, the center, and almost lost my soul, so I never noticed it. Yeah, the hole's horrible. I mean, the area that I went to is very, like, you skip the Black Widow and everything, doing what I did, which is nice. Can I stop sucking? Like, can I, guys? I don't even know if the explosive resist even helped. To get rolling, I do so much damage, but it only takes one hit to get demolished. Die! So bad at remembering that last attack. Please, please! The heals, man. As soon as you get slowed, you literally can't do anything. Struggle, man. This is why we build, not battle. I suck. I suck so bad. Why? Help me. Grounded gods. This boss shouldn't be this hard. Come on. Oh, it's almost like I'm learning. Yep, that didn't hit me, but okay. Dude, that explosive distance is crazy. Please, Mom. Dude. Explosions are rough. When Grounded got mods, I thought they would be like bad. No, they're just avatar skins. They're not in mod. Unfortunately, it's not set up to mod like at all. Like they need to make it. They never made it so people could mod it effectively, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. But I mean, I think it was because they probably had Playgrounds as like an idea, and Playgrounds is a mod esque way to play the game. It's mod adjacent is how I would describe it. But at the same time, it doesn't allow you to change the base game. So I think skins is probably the easiest thing to do. And then they just kind of were like, we gave him Playgrounds. Dude, he always hits me with that. Oh, that's lovely. What are you supposed to do when that happens, though? Like, that's just finally, like, the worst RNG possible. You finally get the infused ant to spawn, and then you're really doomed. It'd be easier if he didn't have an attack slow. It's like my least favorite one. Sour's the worst, honestly, but the attack speed's pretty miserable. Trying to post in Discord and it says it has to have a tag. I typed in everything first time doing it. Is Ludorov still here? He had the same issue, and I'm not sure what he was doing wrong either. But he figured it out because he was and told me he was like, it was just something dumb I missed. The tag is just something you have to like select in the inspirations thing. Dude, the random explosives. Stun him or something. Get stunned. Stun him. Why was that so hard, dude? Internal storage or external? You're saying for the computer? Lame. Lame. All that for nothing. But What I was saying, Dylan, is that there's... I'm not sure if you're selecting it or not, but in the build inspirations thing... Cool. Sounds like you got it working. Ludorav said it was something really, like, random and trivial. He was like, I feel like an idiot. Just didn't want to work for him, apparently. So, something small.
You may have defeated my men, but you and your ominous paymasters will never get their hands on
Should have worked law. Oh, sorry, I'm rereading that.
I'll take that secret to my grave. Tonight.
What? No! How can this be? Where is the override?
Oh, it's crazy.
Sure. How
I've listened to this 4 times now. Or more.
grilled? It reminds the last.
We just send it at this point. Black Ox Burger. I have so much of these, it's not even worth it for most of them. We got the science, yo. Yeah.
Are you ready to go? Good. I may have failed my own, but
I don't want to go home. I want to keep building. I lied. I'm going to trap Wendell here forever with me. I'll just build him a fortress of hell. We did it. That only took way too long, yo. The pain. Get out of there, Wendell. What is you doing, boo?
Come here.
Yeah, the speed. We need the speed. Hope you're doing good, crazy. Also, Dylan, I'll check out your build inspirations post after stream as well. Glad we're getting a little bit more active. I've been better about chatting in the Discord. I was, life's been freaking crazy, man. It had taken everything I got to be able to stream every night. Mostly just because my son's not cooperating with my desires. Which is life with a kid. You just gotta deal with it. It's just rough. He's first in our hearts. First in our vote for president. First for something. And we didn't even use this, so that was pointless. No, everyone starts somewhere, man. I wish I still had... I'm pissed that I destroyed my first base, because I think it would make everyone feel a lot better about themselves. It's easy to look at stuff I've worked on for 2,000 hours and be like, but it's so good. And I'm like, yeah, I have 2,000 hours of gameplay in this game right now. Like, I hope it looks good. I put so much time into this game, it better look freaking amazing. But in the beginning, it was not good. Even this base was not, like, great in the beginning. Like, it's changed and evolved so much over time. Forgot the lights in column, so going to do that now. Nice. Honestly, it looks so good. It's such a good addition. Thank Ludorav for that one. Who is now another member. And will be going into the temple. Oops. Remember, if you want to go into the temple build and get your name and gamertag and everything, become a member. Or donate or support the Discord. Shameless ad. Liam, what's up? Managed to start getting the pagoda started. Also, massive thanks to Velocity as he put a few hours into getting the foundation. Good. The last message I saw was you asking for help, and he was like, I feel betrayed. I was like, he was going to help you, I thought. Yep, I did that wrong. He's the man with a plan. There we go. he's gotten very good at helping people, so glad he is still willing to do it. I helped him rebuild that base from just pictures. I just sent him a bunch of screenshots. Sounds good, Crazy. Are you saying you'll BRB or you'll BRB? As Dan. How does this go? It's this? No, it's this. No, it's this. That's not the one I'm trying to pick up. These are such a pain. Well, it needs to be that, so it needs to be that. I need to be slower and just do it right. I'm just working through your Discord photos on the rest of it. Nice. If you need any other images, just shoot me a message. You can just add me in the Discord and I'll send any images of a specific area or whatever you need. Luckily, it's quite easy to send pictures, screenshots. Oh, dang it. Why? So if we do this, that'll build right. Do that every time. I did send a message into the devs about getting that thing fixed, because it sucks. Velocity, the real MVP. That is why he is a mod at this point. He's been extremely helpful helping people build stuff. It's because I don't have the time currently. Is that double wall? I guess it doesn't really matter. Most of it's going to be... Well, if I ever do the video, it's happening. I spent an hour last night destroying... The biggest holdup for the video was that, one, I don't have a ton of time each day currently. Life's busy. But more so, or not more so, that's the big thing. But I've been struggling because I had to destroy everything I'd previously built in my custom world on the pagoda, because I did this video and the recording turned out like crap and things and stuff. I'll just leave it there. So I had to destroy everything, and naturally, because the building integrity is all jank right now, which is fine when you want to build cool things, but when you want to destroy things you've already built, they don't destroy. So I had to destroy every single piece individually because nothing would collapse. Nothing was supporting other stuff. So it was like pain and misery for an hour last night. Rip Grounded, I hope Grounded 2 will have better modding support and have the OG characters in it. I mean, we never know, right? I just want them to say something about, like, Grounded 2 coming to early access in 2025, 2026 even. I don't really care. I enjoy their secrecy, but at the same time, I want to know. I don't want to know. I need to know. I'm just like, it's a struggle for me, like doing Grounded content and stuff, like knowing like where I would be if I would have started in early access. So it gets me really hopeful that they do Grounded 2. I know there's never any promises when it comes to games and sequels and all that. But I'm very hopeful that they do it, just because then I would get to do this from early access and just have these like massive, ridiculous builds from everything. It would be so cool. I'd be very happy. Happy little builder. It'd be amazing. And yeah, at this point, yes, Grounded community is fairly dead. But we got builds to finish, man. I can't leave this stuff half done. I'm not that kind of person. I gotta finish it. I'm very excited to get into Enshrouded. I'm also like nervous. It's tough starting a new game for content stuff. But at the same time, it's mostly because I have to relearn like everything there is to do with Enshrouded. I didn't get very into it as it was, and I'd like just started building, so I have a lot to remember and relearn. But you guys will get to sit there and watch me learn a new building game, so I guess that could also be interesting for people. I have a feeling if they do a Grounded 2, there's going to be a lot more capability to the whole game. I think a lot of the things that this game... The struggle is that this game started off as something that was never... Like, of course you hope that the game is going to be like this massive, super successful game, but I don't think the devs themselves expected the game to be anything even close to what it ended up as, in every way, shape, or form. Like, the content of the game, the success of the game, like, I think everything went way bigger than they ever expected, and so because of that, like, it's hard to prepare from the start for something. Like they had never made, Obsidian had literally never made a survival type game, so it's like it was such a new experience for them. Like I think they've learned a bunch and they could do incredible things if they do the second game, of course. I'm gonna do lights on all of these, dang it. But they have so much experience in it now, and like with Avowed, I think it is, coming out, like they're definitely like branching into these like a different genre for themselves, which is really cool. And the hope is that they like Microsoft saw enough success in Grounded is I think the key here. If Microsoft, that is true. I don't know why they would, because they already essentially are, like, they haven't, they're just providing support to a great little thing, but there's no reason for them to buy them at this point, because they already have exclusivity, essentially. They're already getting Obsidian's great games. I mean, Grounded literally carried Game Pass. Like one of the biggest Game Pass games they had available to them. So it's like, they'd be idiots too, but dude, where did that even go? What? Huh? It's gone. She gone. Dude, what? Get out of here. First person. They have such a successful relationship already. I'd be pretty amazed if they changed anything. I think the key is Microsoft going to support Grounded or Obsidian in making a Grounded 2? I think they'd have to be crazy. They let them go this far. Like, they'd have to be crazy not to continue. I also think, at least from an outside, like, third-party perspective, every other film studio, game studio, everyone is like doubling down. Like WB Games is like, we're gonna make every possible Harry Potter thing right now. We're restarting the series as a TV series. We're like, everything they're doing is like doubling down on franchise stuff. And so it's like, why not double down on, at this point, one of Game Pass's most successful franchises? They'd be fools not to, especially because that's literally what everyone else is doing. It's a more tried and true method. Like, just letting Obsidian do Grounded 2 will make them so much money without even hesitation. Like, there's literally nothing. Screwed over a couple small studios. Yeah. I mean, I would hope that their relationship with Obsidian is good enough that it's just like, they don't have to do, like, Microsoft doesn't even have to do anything. They just have to pay. It's like, here's the funding, go make amazing stuff that people are obsessed with. That's literally all they're doing right now. So it's like, how, I don't know how they'd screw that up. I've seen bigger screw ups though. honestly. So, it's always possible. For sure. Corporate companies are, for how successful they all are morons. It like truly amazes me. Not even in just like video games and stuff. Like they are all moronic. It's like you got to this success level and then they're like, they throw all of it out the window and they're like, this is how we do it now. And you're like, you would have been 10 times more successful if you would have just stuck with the original model. Like the company my wife works for, the owner is a, I'm like, how do you have 7 offices and you still run the company like a moron? Kind of blows me away how dumb successful people can be. It's like, where have all these companies failed? That's how? Let's do exactly what they did again. How do you piss off an entire gaming community? Do exactly what all these other companies are doing? Let's do exactly what they're doing. Now, you hope they don't. You really hope they don't. But companies are dumb. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just listening to the rant of corporate companies and stupidity. While we mega build it up. Gotta finish this dang thing. All big companies need to take a step back and make baby steps again so they don't fall. It's like, it's crazy to me. I've always been kind of amazed at how a company can get so big and then like lose everything. I mean, the struggle is that it's like the company my wife worked for previously. They were bought up by essentially a hedge fund, and the hedge fund chopped everything. This massive, like $30 million a year, like silicone cup company. And that's great marketing, family owned from the start. Like the owner was an amazing guy, like paid people well and had the whole system, and they were doing incredible. And then this hedge fund came in, laid off the entire marketing team and just said, the salespeople can do this and we'll just make a fortune. And what did the company do? Folded. You're just like, how do you screw that up? Like, you didn't have to change anything. You didn't have to do anything different. And that's what kind of blows me away. It's like one dude that's like hasn't actually worked and done anything. He just like makes millions and millions of dollars and he's lost all perspective on everything. And he's just like, I could make more money. And you're like, yes, you can. But if you like paid people properly, like it's 10 times more expensive to hire a new employee every month than it is to just pay the ones you have. Like, how is that such a hard it's like a common sense idea that like people struggle with, where it's like, well, if we paid people less, I would make more money. And I'm like, no, if you paid people more, they would work for you forever and you would never have to worry about anything. You wouldn't have to work because you'd be paying other people to do it for you. You're like, how as an owner of a company did you lose that perspective? I prefer to make $100,000 less dollars a year, but do less work. But I have the mentality of I don't want to work endless hours. I have a life. If Microsoft bought Subnautica, I don't even know what would happen. I would cry. Subnautica's too good to ruin like that. I don't even like this idea. Why are you building? Like the Walmart I worked, the boss of the store was a college student. They didn't know what to do, and the job was a nightmare, right? Yeah, it's pretty amazing how dumb companies can be. Like, actually amazes me. And it's so simple. Like, all you have to do is not overcomplicate it. But unfortunately, we've really hit late stage capitalism where everyone's lost focus of like, hey, this is how you can be really successful as a company and continue to grow. It's just all profits and taking care of shareholders. And you're like, that's not how you make shareholders money. It just isn't. It doesn't work that way. But when the only people looking at it are the people like trying to make sure shareholders are covered, it just like eliminates everything. My uncle is the perfect example. He runs a super small really profitable company for accounting, an accounting company. He pays one worker $100,000 a year, and she works hard for a couple months a year during tax season, and then she gets to live her life. And because of that one smart decision, he makes a ton of money, and he plays all year and does whatever he wants. And it's like, all you have to do is hire a couple good people, pay them very well, and it'll take care of everything. Because not everyone wants the struggles and pains of like running a business. Like, it's not for everyone. It's extremely mentally taxing. But if you take care of people, like, life's easy. And you can do whatever you want. And you'll make more money taking care of people than you'll ever make care. Oh my goodness, I copied the wrong things. And of course, that's how that works. It's just simple concepts that just people have lost all touch with reality, it seems like. It's quite unfortunate. Just makes me want to, like, own a company. I own Timber Builds Inc. I guess I got that going for me. It's not actually a thing, but I guess that's what it would be. We gotta grow, though. Go and grow, peoples. Tell your friends. Come watch Timber Builds. 4, maybe 5 days a week, because my kid doesn't like to sleep. Come help me retire my wife so she doesn't have to work anymore. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Although she'd do something, but it, like, not having a regular job would be wonderful. She could never just sit and do nothing. If anyone was going to be a stay-at-home parent in our relationship, it would be me. She does not do well sitting at home. Me, on the other hand. Dude, why? Why, Grounded? I could sit at home all day long. Just play Grounded, take care of the kiddo. Want to make a gaming studio and make survival games? Nice. You just gotta start. I mean, I really haven't done anything on it, but me and my buddy are making a survival. Well, it started out as a roguelike deck builder for tower defense. Because there's like one game that's done that, and it's not at all the style we were hoping for. So he's programming currently, but he also has a young child, just like 2-3 months younger than mine, so life's crazy. But then he slowly has changed it into a survival game somehow. So technically, I am developing a survival game. So I was brought on board to help with art. He's a very good artist, but it's daunting making art for a game. It's a lot of work. Pixel type games, I love them, kind of like Stardew Valley. I love Stardew. It's one of those things I wish people would understand, like, the simplicity is something that makes games amazing. Like, it doesn't have to be ridiculous to be good. Is that right? Yeah. Simple is good. Simple with good mechanics is all you really need in a game these days. Doesn't have to be this massive quadruple A game to be good. Honestly, most of the quadruple A is like whatever the Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Thieves specifically, but the one that was like trying to be the next Sea of Thieves and completely imploded. Everyone's like, this is the worst game, and I'm not paying $70 or $100 or whatever it was for this crap. Like, just because it's big doesn't mean it's gonna be good. Like, if it's gonna be big, it needs to be Elden Ring good. Not even worth it anymore if you're not gonna make it that good. I've been watching someone play Elden Ring. If anyone's heard of Small Ant, he is playing through Elden Ring, which I want to do eventually, but I just don't have the time to play a game like that currently. I suck at combat, so it's like, I think I would get so tilted. Just that Mant fight was pissing me off, but maybe it's because Souls games and Elden Ring are like, the combat's extremely difficult, but it's fair difficult. It's learning combat patterns and stuff. It's not just like, which thing did I randomly roll? Pixel type games mixed with the Dark Souls, that would be sick. I wouldn't hate a Souls-like game. I mean, Grounded is almost it. Unfortunately, on WoW mode, it kind of was. It felt good. New Game Plus has sort of made it not less Souls-like and more just like difficult combat.
That's interesting.
But they had the Souls-like different aesthetic. I don't personally like the visuals of the Souls games and Elden Ring and stuff. Like, they're cool, but like the characters and all that, like, it's not something like, I'm not like, oh, that's a cool character. Like, maybe my character itself I might be interested in, but I don't look at the enemies and like, that's a dope enemy. I'm like, that's horrifying. It's literally nightmare fuel is all I think when I see them, which is maybe part of the point. I would enjoy a slightly very similar combat experience, but with like a more aesthetically pleasing art style. I think would be really cool. Which honestly, like, could be Grounded too. Like, they could take it in that direction. I was kind of annoyed. I think one of the biggest mistakes, like, there's plenty of things. Every game does horrible things, you know? Like, games do things incorrectly. They make wrong decisions. They could have then done things better. Like, that's 100% part of making video games. You can't please everyone. And you can't endlessly do everything. But I think what the biggest mistake that they made was not doubling down on the fact that like Grounded was a hard game. I think it catered itself to a really interesting like audience, where it was a slightly more childish thing, visual video game, like with the art and aesthetics of it, but then the gameplay was hard. Like on WoW mode, it's difficult until you get really good at the combat. Like, it was extremely difficult, and then they made everything easier, and I was like, why make WoW mode easier? Like, sure, make mild easier. If you want to make medium easier, I guess that's fine, but they should have doubled down and made WoW harder when they changed those things, because it sort of like took the heart and soul of Grounded, which was being really good at perfect blocking and learning patterns and stuff, and was like, we'll just make it a little easier. And I'm like, it should have honestly made it harder. Kind of like diluted a little bit of it for me, because medium went from like, this is a good enough challenge. Like, I enjoyed playing on medium. It was a challenge, but it wasn't like bashing my head against the keyboard and losing my mind. You're an hour late, Jeremy. I was looking for you to be first. I really was. I just assume you're gonna win. But yeah, I was a little disappointed when they made the game easier overall. So I think, although it might immediately visually cater itself to a younger demographic, I think all the references, everything about it caters to like someone in their like late 20s to early 30s or older, you know? Like, everything about the game caters itself to that. And so I was a little surprised that they went away from it, because I want it to be difficult. I don't want it to be easy. I just don't want it to be too RNG based, which is kind of currently where it feels like it is. It went from pure skill to like a little too much RNG. But everything else about New Game Plus is perfect. Additional weapons, additional playthroughs, like, it was everything I was hoping for. I just wish the combat didn't have as much RNG as it does currently. Topic, my buddy asked me why I hate electric cars. I said they sound like they are looking for a soul with the weird noise. It is one of those, like, right when they start up, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of a horrible noise. My neighbor has a hybrid, and when they're backing out, it's like silent, and then it's like, that weird hum thing. Can't even remake it. Although if you've driven a Tesla, man, the build quality may not be amazing, but dang, are they fun to drive. My brother-in-law has one. I went and test drove them with him when he was looking at them, and it was so fun to drive. I've also never been in a test drive where the guy tells me to effing punch it. Try not to curse on YouTube, so. Yeah, he pretty much called my brother-in-law a little bitch, and I loved every part of that. That's how I like it. Hanging out with the wife and didn't see the notification. I mean, I don't blame you for hanging out with your wife. I know the feeling. I'm just amazed that I'm being watched. You're leaving your life, unless she's watching a show and you're watching this. I can also understand that, because that's how me and my wife are. She's downstairs with her best friend watching Bridgerton. They are obsessed, which is funny because she's already watched this season twice. Unless they just released it again, but I'm pretty sure it just came out like less than a month ago. Holy cow, it has been an hour. When I bought a new car and test drove it, they told me to go by myself. That's interesting. I have not had that experience. Yeah, we also need to get Wendell out of here. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds? Yeah, it's... I was amazed. It literally, like, I felt like my neck was broke when he first hit the gas. Like, it was nuts. Oh, they added a few new episodes. That makes so much more sense. I was so confused when she told me. Does he TP too? Did I just leave him over there? No. Alright, you're coming with me, Wendell. Get out of here. Oh, I gotta go to the Java-matic. Doesn't he follow you both ways? I don't know. I need him out of here. It's funny, yeah, you definitely have a wife. You would know. I walked out, me and my wife were putting our kid to bed, and I walked out, and her friend was sitting on the couch, who's our neighbor. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Hi, I wasn't expecting to see you. But that means I'm in the clear. Watching it. They're all obsessed, man. Every woman I know loves Bridgerton. My wife always wished that she was born in that, like, time era. And I'm like, yes, of course you do. But we are not rich. Like, you wouldn't have been born into one of those fun families. Like, we would have been, not peasants, but we would have been a low-class family. Like... And I wouldn't be making any money streaming video games back then. So, like, what would I have been doing with my life? I don't know. Can't stop watching anime. It's so addicting. And no, I haven't seen it, Jeremy. It's impossible to get into a show like that with my wife because she will, like, will watch the first episode. And if it's something, like, I'm not necessarily going to be super into, she'll just binge the whole thing. And it's like, well, why? It's already done. Like, I'm not going to watch it now. Yeah, it'd be amazing, but, like, we wouldn't have been born into it, so, like, it would have been horrible. So, yeah, it sounds great until it actually is the worst thing ever. But, yeah, there's multiple shows. I think we watched the first episode or two together, and then she got so obsessed with it that it was, like, game over. Like, I'm not gonna keep up with you. I guess we should finish doing this stuff. And we gotta do the final defense, which I actually have good trinkets for now. So that's gonna be better than what we were previously doing. Why do I do this? Koi scales, gum nuggets, toenails, berry leather. It's the same thing every time. How do I not have a TP here? I'm such a noob, dude. I've been so distracted with Sandbox build, I have not been properly setting myself up for the rest of this game. Two peas in a pod over here, Jeremy. We got left in the dust. Now it makes sense why you can watch the stream. Good times. Which is fine. I'm happy with her having a show and stuff she wants to watch so I can do this more effectively. But when she's entertained, being able to stream and stuff is 1,000 times more easier. When she doesn't have a whole lot going on, it's like, then we have to invest more time into hanging out and keeping her entertained. Yep, married old men, that's what it feels like. I got a kid, everything, man. I feel old as dirt. My back hurts all the time. And it's definitely not because I sit at a desk all day working and then sit at a desk all night streaming. Definitely not that. Although I finally started working out and being more consistent with it. Getting back into it, got the gym set up again properly, got all the crap all out of my garage so I can actually do things. Question is, where is all this stuff? Can't remember which one it is. There we go. Berry leather. Toenails. Was that everything? I know I literally just looked at it, but was that everything? I think that's everything. It's just grilled science, which you already get, so hopefully. Dude. So every time. Where are the good trinkets, man? Yeah, I know. I'm 32 now, man. It's rough. It's like old as dirt. We just bought a house, so I know the back pain, man. It needs a few things done, so my pain has been killing me, right? Yeah, not sitting all day. Well, it would have nothing to do with it. Don't mind the fact that I literally have a sit-stand desk that I sit at once a week, or I stand at once a week. That is also not the problem. Yeah, I know the pains. We don't own a house, but I property manage my parents' property for them. And... Oh, clutch. Actually, it's going to be way slower, whatever. I property manage the rental property they own. And we get dirt cheap rent for it. So, it works out for both parties. But it is just like... Everything's gone super smooth for them for the last... I mean, they've had it for 20 years now or something, because it's in the town my parents grew up in, so it was their way to come back to town all the time. So they only rented out half of it, and then we moved to town. They figured out a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things changed, but I now property manage it, so they save money, we save money, win-win. But like after 20 years now, the property is now starting to fall apart in every way, shape, or form. It's a great little house, and like apartment over the garage. Nothing crazy, nothing special by any means, but it is now at the point where like everything's starting to break, and I'm feeling it. It is painful. Can you send that link real quick? Give me 1 sec. I gotta do this real fast. I guess I should have been doing that. I could have done that while I was floating over. Gotta go. Happy rest of the stream. Thanks for hanging out, Knife. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night. I think this is it. Whee! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it was everything, too. Oh, jeez.
The mixture seems...
That's not the right link. What the hell? What the heck? That's the part number off of iPower.com. I buy power. Blech. If that helps, I might be able to find a link. I don't know. No, that's not right. Let me know if that works. If it doesn't, I can try to like actually get the link, but it's not as easy. I have to like actually go through it. It's a great like mid to upper mid level build. It's definitely not as crazy as you could go, but all things considered, it was pretty affordable. It's got a great case. It looks super cool. If you like pretty colors, it's epic for that. I think when I bought it, it also came with a... maybe not amazing, but it came with a pretty nice keyboard and mouse. So, I'm a fan. Although I already had a really nice setup. But now my computer, my mouse, and my keyboard all perfectly work together. And so they're all like synced up and like glow colors at the same time. I love it.
Look at this. This all. I must end it. If the order approve, I have a stone. This might, if we can. But they are. If you can look. No. Perhaps. No. Shh. Me. Well, it's. I have no idea where. Force.
Brew the embiggening cell. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. I ain't ready for that. Ain't nobody ready for that. I should bring a teleporter over. Is what I should do. Because that's just easier. It's like, why don't I not? I made a teleporter to all the bosses and not to the Java-matic. Like, that's not one of the main places I have to go every New Game Plus. I also need to, like, come up with a little design. I might, once I get through some of this other stuff, it's annoying. I have all these random video ideas. I just never have any time to make videos at this moment, unfortunately. I should have made him stay over there. Bummer. But I'd love to make like a little base or teleporter base that I could make a quick video on. But if I come up with it quick enough, it could be just like a YouTube short, I guess. I need to start making those as well. That's another thing. Sorry, I'm on one tonight. One. What do you mean?
I could devour a Billy Hog right about now.
Oh, I mean, they're nice computers. You can definitely get cheaper, don't get me wrong. My computer, I specifically got my computer because I needed to be able to stream and stuff with it. It's not horrible, but not great. It really needs fresh damage to be really any good. Salt damage and fresh damage up best together doesn't do me anything either. None of those are good enough. What's that? Oh. Spicy mage, salt damage best. Yeah, cool. Meanwhile, the one I got is normally $18.99. Was on sale for $16.99. And then I got $200 off on top of that. Because of my buddy buys a lot of computer parts and had a ton of points that he wasn't planning on using. So he gave me some extra money off. I also used my bonus from work, which helps a lot. I thought of it as an investment in my stream. Because I wouldn't be doing this. Alright, Tully. Come over here. Come outside, nerd. No, like over here. Right here. Hey.
What's on your mind?
Oh, you're not gonna do it? Cool. Do you think a kind of like cheap computer that still has good... Oh yeah, 100%. If you want to like stream and stuff, that I can't tell you. I don't know enough about computers to like honestly answer that. But if you just want to play Subnautica, I think any of those computers would be fine. I was running a crap computer, like very poo-poo computer before I got this. Why am I doing that? It just doubles. And I ran Subnautica no problem. I don't think you need anything too crazy computer-wise to run Subnautica. If you want to run it on the highest possible settings and make it really good, I'd be very surprised if any of those computers aren't gonna cut it, honestly. I'd be quite surprised if they couldn't handle it. Because the computer I was running was like 10 years old and was made originally. I had my buddy make it so my wife could play Minecraft and The Sims. So I'm pretty sure you should be fine. I'd be quite surprised. I'm back after my vacay. Welcome back. It's been quiet without you, friend. Hope the vacation was fun. What's obstructed here? Nothing's obstructed. Get out of here. A vacation sounds wonderful right now. Having retired parents is like the worst thing. Because all I want to go do is like the fun stuff that they get to do all the time. It's a rough life having to make a living. Dude, it's quite cool. I don't know about any of this stuff, and there's going to be way more detail in this whole thing, but it's coming together. The roof needs a little oomph. I don't know. It's hard. There's not a whole lot else I can do with it, because I really don't like the pine cone. I'm just not a fan of how the pine cone's looking. Did I double that? That's a lot of pine cone. Also, this is going to save me so much material not using pine cone, because I'm going to use pine cone roofs on every other house and stuff in this build, so I need a lot of it, and I don't want to waste it. Oh yeah, we're on a new build. Yeah, alright, let's do a recap, just for Raptor here, since he was gone. So this is the outside. I'm guessing you didn't miss a ton of the outside work. I think I'd finished that a week or 2 weeks ago or so almost. At least the majority of it. There's little lighting effects, little details here and there. Finished some of the outside stuff. Came up with this little fun detail with the ladders inside there. I still don't know if I'm convinced that this is the entrance, but it's working. I just like this detail so much, I don't want to get rid of it, but things can always change. And then this is the inside. Came up with this, like, absolute epicness. Super happy with how the inside of this turned out. Like, so good. All the lighting, all that little stuff, and then the piece de resistance, the chandelier, turned out freaking epic. So good. It is the coolest looking thing. All I want to do is go get nice and stoned and watch. Look at this kaleidoscope thing. It looks so good. And has your OCD ever seen something so pretty? Like, that's ASMR levels of, like, I just like looking at the lights. The glow of it. I'm very happy with how it all turned out. The roof looks awesome. Everything turned out really good. By far the most fun thing I've ever built. We still have to do the under area. This is all going to be built out at some point, but I needed a break. Do I make the most bus and toast at 9 p.m.? Dude, it's only 9 p.m. I'm going to eat at 11. Oh, yeah. So that's kind of currently where we are on that build. We'll build out the bottom. I'm also going to have to change this area. A couple of these antlions are causing major problems if they're infused. So I think I'm going to raise a bunch of this up and sort of try to hide them underneath it so they don't spawn. So I'm going to have to get rid of some of this. And then I'm sort of figuring out, because this all needs to be raised as well. And then this will all be sort of housing and stuff that comes, like built off the walls and stuff. I have ideas. It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense yet, but it'll also kind of look more like a street sort of thing. And then figuring out how these collide. The termite pianos turned out epic, right? Wow, I'm such a fan of this. This centerpiece is what started like everything. Like all of this was figured out because I started designing this out. They look perfect. Everything about it. Ugh. I could just sit and stare at it all day. It's bad. But this is the new temple build we're working on. Tons of work to do still. Tons of detailing. I've still been kind of messing with these. They might switch a bit more. And the roof's not quite finished yet. It needs a little bit something. I just don't know what it is. But this is going to go like probably all the way back here. Not totally sure yet. So I have to figure out how all that ties together. Messing with ideas here. I need to do some type of patterning like that on the front here. And just slowly kind of adding the depth and different things. And then the lighting on the columns is all turning out really epic. And these columns go all the way back that way too. This is our new floor design, which is the most expensive, bougie thing I've ever come up with in my building career. It's a horrible idea. It's so expensive. I thought 24 pieces per column was expensive. This is stupid expensive. 4 pieces per thing. Horrific. And I want to do it all the way through to like here somewhere. I have sort of a rough layout of an idea going, and it's going to be so expensive. And then I got this like interesting ceiling detail that I'm working through as well. Because I don't want to do a chandelier on this, but I want something cool for the ceiling, just not, I think everything else I want to shine more so than the ceiling on this build. So some toast, please. I'm hungry. My wife and I made a chicken Caesar salad for dinner, and it was not... We do home chef a couple nights a week. It was not a good chicken Caesar salad. Quite disappointed. It's like the most bland... I mean, it's salad in the first place, but it was the blandest, most boring salad I've ever had in my life. So now I'm hungry. So I will be eating some food after stream for sure. But currently the goal with the temple is get the outline. I don't know why I've been working on the details. Probably because they're more fun. Like the floor, I love it too. It's just stupid expensive. And it's like... I'm still trying to figure out how like some of these details are going to work. Go in your home. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. I have to do it from below. Still trying to figure out how it all is going to kind of work. This is all really roughed out currently. I'm going to change quite a bit. I kind of have to get this space outlined, and then I can fill in the inside how I want. But this is, again, the build for all my supporters and stuff. Everyone who's donated to the channel and all that fun stuff. Actually, that was the dumbest thing because it totally changed. Dang it. Getting ahead of myself. Literally needs one of the individual pieces right down the center. Not even close to the right. There we go. Because I had to add... Oh, I didn't even do that right. Okay. Need to get those back too. I'm going to use hundreds and probably 1,000 ash cement on this build, man. It's so much. It's worth it. And if this is going to be a build like made for my supporters, like it's got to be epic. But oof. Yeah, hit that heart. Oh yeah, I forgot to like Ludarev's thing earlier. Can I? Oh, I can't. That's weird. I'm also trying to decide if I like... It's such a small detail, I don't really know why I'm worrying about it. Oh, I need grub hide. I kind of like how those look. Just like that. That's kind of cool. I like how it glows. Like I don't think it's actually going to create a light, which is kind of cool. That's really interesting. Huh. I also can't decide if I like the mushroom or the burr more. I'm tempted to go with the mushroom just because it's cheaper. It's a lot easier to get a lot of mushroom than it is a lot more burr. And then maybe I do burr just down the center. Decisions. Burr, you would. You can't let me be cheap for once. Actually, that's kind of cool. Like, make it maybe more of a dropped effect. I also don't have this set up right. Dang it. Doesn't really matter, but I started this out and then changed the design. It looks, man. The struggle is when things look good, they look good. It's hard to battle it. I think the thing I'm struggling with on doing the burr is that it's not like you're gonna see it that much. Like, that's all you see. I don't know, it's just darker, so I guess it creates maybe more of a contrast. But it's gonna be such a minimal effect overall. It's hard to say how I want to do it. I don't think that's the look, though. Looks good. Yeah, no worries. Honestly, this is gonna look like that won't have any light off of these specifically, but it's kind of cool how they like glow. It's gonna make the ceiling maybe look like a star or stars, a night sky, I guess is the correct way to put that. The only reason I don't hate you for saying that is I have so much burr and I have a lot more lint. I just haven't processed all of it, and it's so easy to get lint now with the updates that they've done. Dang it. Except it's not gonna let me do that. I also have to switch this around because they need to be the same. Yeah, they need to be the same. It's gonna bug me. It's life. Alright, we gotta keep building these walls out though before I get into these details. And I can only imagine that I'm building out these walls and I'm gonna have to like go nuts and redo so much of it to do details. But a lot of the wall effect is just gonna be shelving like this with chests. Just tons and tons of chests with everyone's names on them. So, let's see here. So like, depending on what level you are, you'll get like this. Does it not snap to that spot? Ugh, that's a bummer. Why don't you snap to the center? Dang. I'm gonna have to hand lay out all of these. And it's gonna drive my OCD crazy. I guess the perk is I don't have to add them till someone goes. How do you have 3K bricks? Farm, man. I got 3K bricks. I got almost 3K burr. 4,500 that. We got almost 3K pebbles. We're running out of clay. We're gonna need way more clay, sadly. Yeah, I just farm a lot. It's rough. Just go collect. 1, you need a bunch of ovens. 2 is bussin'. 2, you go over to that where the Undershed entrance is. There's a bunch right there, and then go around the Java-matic. There's a bunch there. And then you can run out, and there's a bunch like right around here in the upper yard. And there's a bunch right over here where the black ox beetle is, and the pipe that's down there. And you can get a crap ton of mushroom, and then you just cook it on up. And that's all it takes. We also have like, what, 5 stacks of ash cement, and we got all of this stuff. But that's like when I have free time during work, during my lunch, during whatever it is, I just farm. Sort of like, if I play during the day, I'm purely farming for stream. That's what the way I'm currently doing things. What New Game Plus are you on since I've been gone? Still, I don't know when you last left, but New Game Plus 3. Max I'm going as New Game Plus 4. The bosses are so miserable, but I just want infused weapons, honestly. They're too good. I would be a lot better at the boss fights. Even if they're more difficult, getting 2 extra attributes makes a huge difference. Allows you to be, like, massively OP. Because currently my trinkets aren't cutting it. I tried fighting the wasp queen the last stream I did, and it was bad. It's not pretty. Also, since you were gone, we got emotes. I don't think you've been here since we got emotes for the channel. Chill, Wendell. Chill. That's a big improvement. We have badges for members as well. We're having fun. Slowly growing this thing out. Those are just slightly too small. I don't know. Might have to come up with like like some type of design more so than these. They're not bad. The statues aren't bad. I just don't love that they clip through, but I don't know yet. Deeply unclear. How do I do the emotes? You do need to be a member of the channel to get emotes. Same as Twitch. I think it's $2.99 a month is the lowest level, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's escalating pricing from there where you get more and more options. That's the only way it works. I don't make the rules. You physically can't have them on YouTube without memberships, so it's the only way. We need a new clan member, and when you become a member, you get to hear me do the SpongeBob, a new clan member, little, until I make the sound. I may not, it is copyrighted, but I think if you keep it under 3 seconds, it's not copyrighted. Or at least you won't get hit with it. Because I've used a bunch of SpongeBob memes in other videos, and haven't gotten any issues with those. I think it's all timing. If it was like 3 seconds, we're good. I mean, there's no way it's going to go out to this last level. What's up, Nader Anderson? How's it going? Hope you're having a good night. Guess we just keep building this wall out. Can't really start laying the inside out till I know how big I'm going to make the outside, because then it makes a big difference on how the rooms are going to lay out. It's going to be like one main hall. I'm going to try to make like a cool statue out of clay or something. Maybe. Not sure how it's going to work. We're going to make something fun. And then there'll be like outer areas with a colonnade where all the chests for supporters and members. That is also, if you become a member of the channel, you get put in this build. You'll get your own little chest. You get your own little chest like this with your name on it. And you get to feel real cool. Real cool. Be something like this. I don't fully know yet. Who knows? It's going. How's your night? It's going. Better now that we're streaming, for sure. That always makes things better. But before that, it was a day, man. It was a day. Had to watch my son while working because my babysitter had a doctor's appointment, which just made life exponentially harder. And naturally, it was a really slow day until my son got to my house. So it got exponentially harder the second he showed up. I had to be on the phone for like an hour. It was a lot. And then he just didn't want to go to sleep, which is always kind of miserable. It was a day. He was exhausted. He's in the like transition between one nap or 2 naps a day down to 1. And so it's like he either doesn't go to bed because you give him 2 naps, or he's absolutely miserable and just exhausted if you don't give him a nap. So it's kind of torture either way. Neither way is working well. So, and he won't take an early nap for long enough for some reason, which also makes it hard. So it was a day. That's just parenthood, though. Sometimes the days are just going to be rough. Better than when he was sick for the last, like, 2 weeks or whatever it was. Actually, I could do the same thing and just change up the patterns. I don't want to, like... I don't want to just copy it all the way around. I want the front to maybe be a little more interesting. But this pattern fits well, I feel like. Might just look good to just not... Oop, don't do that. Hopefully this will build. Of course not. Of course not. I knew you wouldn't be helpful, game. Hopefully that will place again. Yeah, just build them, whatever. Sounds rough. Such is life, though. I can't be a parent. I applaud you, honestly. Oh, man, there are days. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. I don't think we would have... we didn't rush into it. I'm 32, so... But I might have waited another year or two if I would have known it was as difficult. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but whew, it is tough. And trying to figure out like your own shit on a daily basis also makes it exponentially harder. I don't feel like I feel like a child most days, so. Dang it. Which I guess has its perks. Like, you have to be a bit of a child as a parent. Keep your, The worst thing you can do is become old as garbage when you have a kid. You gotta try to stay young. Be fun. But it is exhausting. Get in there. This doesn't look great. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I just don't want it to be exactly that. I want the front to look different. Honestly, I would be busting videos out on like a very regular basis if I didn't have a kid. That has made it... Of course this isn't going to go back in. Dang you, game. Why? It's because of these, isn't it? Dang. So this thing looks like crap without it, and it won't sit properly if it's not sitting down in it. Oh, dude. Game? Help me, please. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the Mant anyways. Maybe it just has to go. Figure it out later. I like the Mant one. I don't like that it sticks out the way it does. It's like, where'd the other ones go? I want those back. It's too plain. I don't know. I don't hate the columns showing, but I don't love just the flat piece of ash cement. Maybe it just is 3 columns. I'd almost prefer that to be the side then. The same age and haven't found out my own shit at all. The fact you stream and have a child is inspiring. Also, the build looks awesome. They're literally like yesterday is the epitome of trying to do streaming is try to put my kid to sleep. He was literally out. Like, I shut. Oh, we gotta catch up on sleep. So bye, guys. Sounds good, Raptor. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you joining the stream tonight. Get some rest, and we'll catch you on the next one. But he was asleep, and then out of nowhere, he woke up and was just like hell bent to be chaos, and he would not go back to bed. And I was just like, literally, after it was like 2 hours later. Almost 9 o'clock. It was like 8 at that point. And I was like, this isn't happening. I'm not streaming tonight. It's just literally not happening. And so it's like, streaming would be extremely easy and enjoyable if I didn't have a kid. Now that I have a kid, it is exhausting. It's very hard to do this on a regular basis. All I want to do is sit and veg out every night. But I'd like to get ahead in life, and this is currently like the most enjoyable way for me to do it. So trying to figure that out. Wonder if there's something with this. But glad I can inspire. But I will tell you, it's not easy on a daily basis. There are days where I absolutely don't want to do it. I want to do it, it's just like, it doesn't always work that way. If I had nothing better to do, I would be streaming every single night. Without question. No hesitation. But now that I have a kid, it's more difficult. Does this become ash cement? Even tonight, when you didn't want to fall asleep, I was like, dude, am I going to have to cancel stream again? I think the hard part is that it's just consistency more than anything. Make something unique and interesting that other people aren't doing, and then be consistent at it. But my biggest struggle right now is I can't be consistent in any way, shape, or form. Looks weird. It's kind of cool. Keep the column going up a little more. It still looks not done. Just more ash cement, right? It's always more ash cement. I don't like how it looks like it's not continuing there. Guess that sort of does it, but tough. That would maybe make this easier as well, to be like, let's just center these in each one of these. And it feels like it needs more though. What though? Hard to say. Hey. Get in there. It's always just add more ash cement, man. It's always the solution. That's starting to add some interesting depth to it. I don't know if that's the solution. I don't know if that's good enough. Like, that void is better used as something more interesting. Man, I wish these blocks would go the other direction. Hard to say. Because he's not going to want to go there. Yeah. That's definitely not it. Definitely not it. There's nothing that really would go in there is the issue. Sometimes I just have to look at it a million different ways. Some hanging lanterns in that void would look good. That could do it. I wonder if they like... Can't they just be a little shorter and I could do like some like interesting detail like that? Wonder if that... Hear me out. Could look interesting. They're jank right now, but that could create like a interesting like bar effect almost, I guess. Could also do some ladder jank. Actually, what just happened? Oh, it's like, where'd all my sound go? I like this headset a lot, but sometimes it is weird. You're gonna go there, but not there? How could you not be placed there? That's rude. What is that gonna look like is the question. Yeah, I was afraid that it was gonna show through, sadly. It's not quite it. This way, though. Duh. I forgot they do that. Is that better? Ladders are so jank. I don't know if they're gonna show up enough to be like good. I just really liked this effect. Sort of created like a window shutter effect with them here. Just a vertical ash cement wall in the ash cement windows that I really like. Used it in a handful of places. Like show off all of these things. Statue that looks like comes out of the wall. Ooh, I forget about that one. The Moldork statue. That could be interesting to do behind here as well. Or to hide the like fact that it's not. Well, you gotta be centered. It's hard to tell if it's centered or not. Could be in here as well. No. Statue's very finicky. Doesn't like things being built around it, which is que triste. Sometimes if you build in the right order, it'll say, well, sure, I guess this time. Do it. Do it. Yeah, it's because his hand's gonna show through. Dang. But if I am gonna do... Don't be like that. There we go. Come on now. So if we do something like this, I could do the outer ones. It just looks so tiny. It's the only thing I don't like. Yeah. The issue is it doesn't place very well on mushroom anymore when they mess with the textures. I did these for the 2 center ones and then swapped up and did like the other for the outside ones. That could look interesting. Well, I built all of this specifically knowing I was going to come back and take all of it down and do this. Why? Maybe if it's taller, might as well just put it up higher. It's not centered, but I know the scale isn't quite right. It might work better for the top, though. Like, do 3 of them up here. Could employ. How do you do that? Oh, perfect. Just a crotch. And then maybe. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, it is going. Oh, but it's not. Dang it. Oh, it did let me do it. Oh, it was there. Ha! Dang it, I keep moving it right at the last second. There. Is that centered? Yeah. Ain't no way that's the piece that doesn't play. Grounded. Why? There. I did it. We're good. It happened. It's kind of jank. Might just because it's not centered enough. Might be because it's not centered enough, but it's a little too much. Yeah, just cover his face. Get in there. I don't think this is the look for the top up here, but that one, like a little triangle. That's better. That could be an interesting way to do it. Holy cow, is there 10, dude? Imagine if my son went to sleep at 6. I could stream for 4 hours. Put a small platform for the ones you had up there so they look like they stand or crouch higher as well. That's possible. Yeah, those don't fit anymore. That's the perfect height. But hard to say. Kind of want to see this real fast. Guess I could have just reorganized these to do exactly the same, but is what it is. Sounds good, fancy. Catch you later. Hey. There you go. Something about this pattern place. Yeah. That I like. Just not sure if it's the be all end all yet, you know? I feel like this is an opportunity where there's a lot more we could do. Just not sure what yet. No, there's lights on those, isn't it? Can they move down a little? Is that still touching them? No. This is where we break the game. Come up with new random building stuff. New to Grounded is flight to thing in adventure mode or only in Sandbox. So this is, I'm using the HandyNet currently. You can change your survival world to custom to unlock it if you're not in New Game Plus, which originally is what I did. But as of the 1.4 update, they changed it so you can use it in New Game Plus 1. It is automatically unlocked. So it just kind of depends on where you are in the game. Custom mode, you just lose access to achievements. So if that's something that you care about, not a great option. I did not care about that whatsoever. I was more interested in building, so that is what I did, is I changed my game to custom. I still play completely survival, collect all the materials and stuff, but it allows me to use the HandyNet earlier on, which I like. Yeah, in survival, once you get to New Game Plus 1, which is beating the entire game, and then you essentially restart it. You keep all of your builds, all of your items, literally you keep everything, but the story starts from scratch. And yeah, once you get there, you're set. It unlocks. You may have to turn it on. I don't know if it legitimately unlocks right away, but you'll know when you hit it. It's right here. So there's the build wheel, and that's where you can figure out where it is. I don't love that, but it's kind of funny. Wish it was taller. Dang it. And the build net, the HandyNet is just building essentially. So you can pick up weed stems and grass planks, but you can't like fight or anything with it. It's pretty much exclusively a build tool. But dang, does it make building good. Just put a furnace in there. It's like a cool little piece. I just don't know what to put in it. Did these fit in there? There's no way they fit in there. Yeah, the HandyNet. Oh, so close, but so far. Would it do this? Burning guy inside the column. Oh, the mant braziers. Sometimes the stuff that works and the stuff that doesn't is hilarious to me. Why does that work? 11 years into playing and building in Minecraft modded. It is a challenge in both aspects. I mean, I played a ton of Minecraft ages ago. I haven't played in a long time now. But I played Technic packs, all the Technic, all that stuff. He was a huge fan of that. Played that with friends for ages, and then we all kind of grew out of it over time. It's kind of interesting. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know yet. I'll have to mess with it. But I literally loved it, and then when I found this game, it like, the building is insane. It's a slightly more elevated aesthetic to me than Minecraft. I kind of got bored of the boxes and the squares personally. Just kind of like got overplayed after a while of doing it. Even though there's a lot of new materials and all that stuff, which are all really great, I just kind of got bored of the same exact block. And I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of capabilities in this game for building. It's a cathedral thing I made, church, a sand castle. Well, it's a castle that's built over a sand castle, so I call it the sand castle. And then this whole thing's going to be a massive city. I just love I love the building in this game. if you're really into building and the Minecraft sort of block is something you're interested in, Shrouded is amazing. Great build you got there. Thank you, thank you. The next building game that I'm going to be starting up, potentially after we finish this build, I'm going to be diving a bit more into Enshrouded, which is another very fun, very, very different game. Both survival games, but very different overall. But it has some really cool building mechanics. It's voxel based, so the textures all connect, which is really cool, and the block sizes are extremely small. It's like using Minecraft blocks, but they're like a quarter the size, it feels like. The build system's a little jank, in my opinion. So I need to put a lot more time into it to get comfortable with it, but other than that, the builds are pretty insane. I've heard of Enshrouded. Can't wait to watch it in action. Yeah, I'm very excited. I think people will enjoy it. It's also, as Grounded slowly dying in viewership, I definitely can't stop playing this game, so it's gonna be adding other games into the regularly scheduled Grounded content. I gotta finish this whole build before I can even contemplate stopping. Which is a long ways off. But I think Enshrouded will be a fun game to add in as like an extra building game. The building's too interesting to not. Someone who thoroughly enjoys building, then building's just too cool to not mess with it. Okay, you placed. So is that the issue? Guess I don't need that if I do this. Save a bit of material. And then one of these. That's not bad. Put like no, I'm good. If we're going to go big on Enshrouded, I effed myself on a base on here, but oh well. It happens. Enshrouded is a very cool game. I just wish the building mechanics felt more fluid. I can't tell if it's just because I'm so used to Grounded, but I feel like it's just very, very like intuitive. Like you just scroll through, pick what you want, place it. In Enshrouded, it's like almost convoluted the amount of steps you have to go through to build something. So as like someone just starting building in Enshrouded, it's kind of like, it's rough. But I have a feeling that once I get used to it, it's not going to be as bad. An OG Grounded player, haven't used the NAT. I'm old and love how games feel when I first play them. Is the NAT worth me using in my mega build where I'm trying to build a tower over the pond? 1 trillion billion million % it's worth it. It is the best thing they added to the game. First off, so it plays the handy NAT places or so the handy NAT pulls from where your character is. So my character is next to all of my chests with all my crap. So it pulls from all of this. I can use every single one of the pieces in these chests. I also can place, these pallets are empty. I also have pallets up on top of this base currently. So it'll pull from pallets that you're near as well. So it has access to all of these and within a certain radius of your character. And then, so instead of having an inventory full of crap, you just have chests and you stand next to them, and then you can fly with the handy NAT all over. You can use the teleporters as well to move it around. The fact that you can move higher and fly around things is amazing. It literally makes, the handy NAT is what makes building so fun for me personally. I built this tower up to that level without the handy NAT, and it was miserable. Scaffolding up the entire pagoda base I built without the handy NAT, and it is rough. I built this tower not with all these details, but I built a basic tower up to here. That sucked. Just falling to my death and dying a lot. It's rough. possible. I did it. I collected the materials. I jumped up with weed stems and built crap. It's just rough. So the handy net is 1000% worth getting. Yeah, beats platforming or jumping up stuff 100%. It's very worth it. And it allows you to like, oh, I need a set of stairs. Instead of bringing all the materials, you just like go build the set of stairs you want. And at the point you unlock it, if you're in New Game Plus, you unlock it. So you're good there. If you're not and you're through most of the game and you just want to keep going, like, it allows you to build crazy stuff. It allows you to build things easier, faster. If you're very new to the game, it might sort of ruin the exploration factor of the game a bit. Just because you can build things you shouldn't necessarily be able to build right away. You can build 2 places a lot easier and faster. Like you can just be at your base and build up to the 3rd level, the upper yard. And you're there, but I think it's 1000% worth it. Big fan of the handy net. Especially if you want to build. If you want to build anything interesting and cool, just do it. Get it. I still don't have 3 achievements. I guess 6 now because of the new stuff. I had 2 that I didn't have, and then they added like 4 more or something. But it's worth it. Just checked. It's enshrouded in Steam. It doesn't even have a page. It's enshrouded, so E-N shrouded as you have it spelled. And it's definitely on Steam. It's not currently released on Xbox or consoles of any kind, but it is coming like late 2024, I believe they said. It's coming to consoles, so it's only going to get better. I don't know why that looks different upside down or right side up. Weird. Today I had to kill my aphid pet because it pushed me off the edges while building stairs for the zip lines. That's funny. That's rough, but funny. I don't think that's right either. Hey, that's not what I grabbed. And Shrouded has a lot of content updates so far. It's just an early access game, so it's still pretty inexpensive. Dude, I did it again. It's only been out for a couple months now, and might have released in January or February, I think. And they've already had 2 like massive updates, adding brand new areas. I haven't played either of the new updates yet either. I don't know. I'm not loving the columns, but I don't know yet. In trouble if that game has Ash. Oh, seriously, dude. I've yet to use any of this game. Got a bunch, though. Use any on this game. That's literally all I ever use. 24th of January? Yeah. So it hasn't been out that long, and they've got 2 really, really good updates. And it's still in early access, which is a crazy thing. Yeah. I'm a fan. The only thing I don't like is the build mechanics, like the actual, like how you build things is just very non-intuitive. Like it just doesn't feel natural at first. I'm sure once I get more time in it, I'll change my opinion about that. But for the time being, I don't love it. But that's something I think I can get over with time. Everything's just getting comfortable with that kind of stuff, honestly. I didn't really love building at first. Now they've made it exponentially better, and it's still in. They made Grounded's building exponentially better, but Shrouded still has a lot of time to fix some of that stuff as well. You should see what I've done without the net. I haven't tried New Game Plus yet. I'm too nervous. The only achievements I don't have are the cards and blocking 10 times in a row. No, you can do that one. Cards are a pain. I didn't get the cards until like a month before New Game Plus 1.4 update was released. So, I don't think New Game Plus 1 is anything to be afraid of, though. If you're gonna go to like the later and later ones, that's maybe a different story. They're a little scary. New Game Plus 3 has been scary. I didn't hate New Game Plus 1 and 2. They weren't as difficult. They have their moments. But overall, it's not like a massive amount changes. You're just sort of adding in the other things. I haven't played Valheim. I don't personally like... I think the building in Valheim is really interesting. I hate the aesthetic of Valheim. It's too, like, old school RuneScape for me. And I mean that in the kindest way, because the building's incredible, but I've never, like, legitimately gotten into Valheim. It's just one of those things I just haven't been able to bring myself to do. I'm very big on the aesthetics. Not that Enshroudeds are perfect either, but I do like them more personally. I also think the building like voxel based just placing blocks is easier than like watching the builders on Valheim. It's like, I guess I'll put it this way. Valheim feels like it needs 100 mods to be what I want it to be. I don't like playing games that I have to mod the living crap out of to play the way I want to play. Personally, that's just not enjoyable to me. I feel like it should just be the base game. Enshrouded doesn't have a bunch of mods. It's very simple. They're adding in a bunch of simple, easy to follow game mechanics. Grounded's the same way. Like, it's just the base game is what it is. I wouldn't hate mods. I like that mods, like, I wish Grounded had mods so I could add the ones that I want, and I think Valheim is cool in the fact that it allows you to do that. But I just felt like, well, I need a texture pack, and I have to unlock all the dev stuff because it's miserable collecting things, and it's not fun. And, like, once I was like, oh, like, watched a video on... And I make content, so that might be partially the issue, is like I'm looking at it in a perspective of like, how am I going to make content with this? And it's just exponentially harder than I would like it to be. Whereas Grounded is just kind of like, do it. And I can add in a camera with Unreal Engine Unlocker and like take cool videos. Very simple, easy to do. Like, as you said, vanilla Valheim is rough, and I don't like that. That's also why I don't play Minecraft anymore, because I don't want to download a bunch of mods. I like being able to, but I don't want to have to do it to play the game. And I'm like, in a world of the ridiculous graphics and artistic capabilities that these developers have, I don't like that the game looks like crap without mods. And maybe some people like the aesthetic. The buildings are fine, but the rest of it is just too pixelated and meh for me. And yeah, Nader. Doing all the mixers on +3, it's a blast, let me tell you. All right. Seriously. Even the final defense is rough, but once you get better trinkets, it's really not as bad. I was thinking of a game I played on PS3, Turok. Always wondered why they have never made another. I've never even heard of it. When you've beaten a game, mods make it 100%. I think that's fine, yeah. Like, I want to enjoy the vanilla game all the way through, and then I want to add mods to add in the functionality that I feel like I'm missing. I think that's a great way to put it. It's like Grounded right now. I didn't need or want mods until I beat the game. Until I beat Grounded fully. Now I want them to add in fun, interesting things. But the game didn't ever feel like it needed them. It just feels like something I could have now. And Valheim feels quite the opposite. It feels like it just has to have them, or it's just miserable. Especially in the sense of building. And then, like, everything dies. Like, your builds break. Like, I hated that. They just break because it's raining. Because it's a Thursday, you know? It's like Skyrim, I guess. I can never play it without mods. And I love the base game of Skyrim. Now I've played it with mods, and it makes it exponentially even more fun, but it didn't need it in the beginning. There's no, like Subnautica, you beat it, and then mods are fun. Yeah. There's no battle pass on Grounded. Yeah, right? The only time I'm okay with a battle pass is if the game's free. And it's just extra skins and crap people can spend their money on and waste it, and I don't have to. It was like Valorant. I'm totally fine with Valorant, like, doing that. They gotta make money somehow, so it's like, if you're gonna give me content, if you're gonna give me a bunch of free stuff and I don't have to pay to win, otherwise, I'm all good with it. But when they start adding in things that are like, well, you have to have this or you're gonna lose, then it's like, that's stupid. And there should be some functionality to, like, let people get something out of it. Yes, Nader. I'm trying to be nice to the people that like Valheim. I think the building looks incredible. I love, like, I'm watching a guy, Versailles. That's a really cool builder. I watch a lot of his videos for inspiration on, like, making my own content. But, like, watching him to build today, he's, like, sitting putting this, like, tiny little detail, like lining up two little pieces. I'm like, that's really cool, but it doesn't look as cool as it could look. Played Turkana, you're almost as old as me. I'm 44. I'm 32. So I think most people here are in there around or close to their 30s. Some are in their early 20s, but yeah, great concept, terrible graphics, honestly. 100%. 100% agree with that. Can't decide. I kind of like this, but it's just missing something. I don't know. There might be something cooler to put in the void. I wish I could change the color of this. That might be what the issue is. I don't like the orange lighting. But yeah. And that's kind of why I'm leaning towards Enshrouded, because I feel like the graphics are good enough. The characters look a little squatty is the only thing visually I have an issue with so far. With certain armors, you look like a freaking dwarf for no reason. The character's just too physically short. It looks funny. So you look like this little grumpy guy hopping around. And the fact that you lose stamina just from jumping pisses me off. But other than that, it's great. It's like, I love Grounded because I could just hop around like an idiot while full sprinting. Like, it's just like one of my things. I just like, if you've watched any of my videos, you probably are like, dude, why does this guy jump so much? I love the movement, Grounded. But Enshrouded has double jumps. So, and in a glider. I guess you're right, you could do that. Or lots of lights. Like, the effect I'm really going for is this like a Greek or Roman temple design. And so I like that they use... That's not bad, actually. That sort of gets the effect across more so that I like. Because, like, a lot of them have sort of, like, marble statues carved into them. So I want to get that same effect of, like, cool depth and, like... That's why I like this extra detail of everything. So that kind of accomplishes the effect a little bit better, actually. I don't hate that. That might be the way to go. But everything else needs more detail to match it. Good call there, Dylan. Good call. Charter definitely needs work before I'd buy it, but looks decent. Grounded has better movement and building for sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the building is more intuitive for Grounded. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better. It's just it's got its own uniqueness. I think the art style is incredible of Grounded. I just love everything you can do in it. The fighting could be all right. I'm gonna go. I watched the stream for 2 hours. I might be back. No worries, man. We're probably heading out here shortly, anyways. So you won't be missing much. It's already like 10:30, which is normally when I get off. But the voxel-based in the voxel base building, the textures connecting, being able to add in like unique textures. Once I figured it all out, and then the ability to like build candles and chairs and all the details that like you can do it in Grounded, but not quite to the same extent. And like the tiny little scale that you can get, the amount of detail that I'm going to be able to add into builds, I think is going to be really fun. So 1225, yeah, West Coast over here. That's my current struggle, is that everyone that watches is either East Coast or like from Europe, Brazil, Australia, like all sorts of places that have ridiculously different time zones. So that's currently my struggle. I feel like I might have to replicate that down here. I'd say more than anything, Grounded, just like the build system is so quick and easy to use once you get good at it. It's just not clunky, just goes. Does what you want it to do. They need to get rid of, in New Game Plus, it's fine if they keep it the way it is for everything else so you're not breaking the game, but in New Game Plus, they should just let us go crazy and have free reign of the map and build anywhere. Because at that point, you've done everything. You're not spoiling anything. You're not ruining everything. You're not skipping anything. You're just kind of doing it. I just want land rights everywhere so I can build on everything. Same as Playgrounds. That's not bad. Sort of anchors it a little bit more, but those might need to be centered then. Just hard because those don't line up as well. What's the max game plus? Technically there is no max. It just, after New Game Plus 10, it changes to New Game Plus X, and then it just keeps going. But it doesn't, it just says X forever. Just gets exponentially harder, so as far as I know, it's endless. But I can't imagine why anyone would go past New Game Plus 10. Unfortunately, there's no reason to really go above New Game Plus 4, other than the fact that gold cards unlock 100% after that. Grounded is beautiful. It's the best looking / playing game I've ever seen. I agree. Subnautica is the only other game that the building isn't on the same level, just because it's base pieces. It's not anything like super special. I do enjoy the building in Subnautica for its own merits, but Grounded so far is pretty much the best game I've ever played in terms of survival, building, everything I'm looking for in a game. I think once I put enough time into Enshrouded and they keep updating it, that could be the one. Just because the issue is that, though, is it's not procedurally generated, so at some point it's going to have an end to what it can do as well, sadly. I want Grounded, but Minecraft. Just procedurally generated endlessness. That would make my life. That's what I need someone to come up with. Yeah, Subnautica's incredible. But I'd say that's more story-based, if anything. It's survival, but it's survival story at the same time. But it does everything it says and better. It does everything I want it to do and better. Okay, cool. Where's this one placed? Sort of like right on it. And I mean, I'm also all good with the games kind of being their own things. And yes, Dylan, it is suicidal. Absolutely. That's why all the guys that do combat videos and stuff for Grounded no longer make Grounded videos and have left the game, because there's just nothing else for them to do. Once you've beaten the game, you've done every challenge known to mankind, like there's just, it gets to a point where you can't take it anymore. I got destroyed by the Mant 10 times earlier today, like just doing the Mant battle in New Game Plus 3 literally wrecked me over and over again. So it's like I can see how it could get tired. But when you're building, this is just endless content. Because I enjoy the building so much that it's hard to get bored of it. I enjoy building immensely in this game. But I also want to keep growing this community, so continuing to play other building games to bring other builders in, expand everyone's games as well. And you can play like 16 people on Enshrouded. So there's actually potential where there is not for Grounded. I could never play multiplayer. I played multiplayer originally when I started playing Grounded, and it just unfortunately doesn't function to the level that it needs to be an enjoyable multiplayer experience. Whereas Enshrouded with 16 people, I could make a like members only world or something, because I wouldn't really know how to make it fair for people to join other than that. But that also sort of adds its own thing, so I don't know. Don't listen to me for what that is, but it allows me to like do some community server type stuff, which is also very interesting. Look at the guy doing the pyramid. He's insane lol. How can you fill the inside of that? In Grounded specifically, I think I know. If it's Grounded, I think I know who you're talking about. There's someone in my Discord that's doing that as well. So there's a couple people that have done the pyramid things, and yeah, like I have to have a little more purpose to my builds for me to keep going. They have to have like some rhyme and reason. It's not just like building them to build like some crazy massive pyramid that I don't know what to do with the inside of. But each person has their own sort of thing that they find fun. Many people will say that my stuff's ridiculous and pointless as well. I've had a couple YouTube people comment and be like, what's the point? Like, obviously you're missing it. If you have to ask. You're not much of a builder if you don't see the point to building. It's just one of those things. You have to know. See, now it makes me want to do them for everything, though. I don't want to, like, overwhelm it, though, but that might look better. Shoes, then I can't do, like, that doesn't line up. And that doesn't line up. You got to now, right? But I think the plan is that once this build is finished, it's coming together fairly quick. It'll probably only be another week or so. And then I want to start diving into Enshrouded more. Start adding it in like 2 days a week, maybe. I also want to make some, like, I built in this game for 100 days, but I can't be brought to start Enshrouded over. Like, I'll lose my mind. The story isn't, I think the only lacking bit where, like, Grounded story is, to me, enjoyable. It adds to it. Enshrouded's just kind of feels like an afterthought. But the building and survival aspects in the world are good enough to make up for that. But I'd like to do some 100 days type build content, because there's only a few people on all of YouTube that are even doing, a lot of people do 100 days, but very few people are doing 100 days based on, like, I built in this game for 100 days. But I don't have the kind of time to edit that type of video at the moment, so that's my other hang up. That's why I'm currently streaming instead of making YouTube videos every day. They just take too much time to edit. It's a lot of work editing. Go in your home. Put over 700 hours into Grounded on the Microsoft Game Pass, and then bought it when it came to Steam. I have 5 saves with huge builds before the Upper Yard update. Dude, you need to come Join the Discord. Post all your builds. Go crazy. We have chats for each game that I build in or want to build in, or that people expressed wanting to be able to discuss more. Specifically for people to post their builds. 'Cause that's how I got started in content creation, is I got my build shown off on another creator's channel. And it got me super hyped. It made it like, it was really exciting to discuss with other builders. Like, we have a handful of people that have built incredible, like, my stuff's cool. There's other people that are very, very good at building that just don't do content in any way, shape, or form. And it gives them a platform to show off their builds. And we bounce ideas off each other. We give people cool ideas. It's a great place to talk about Grounded. Especially because there's probably more chatting in mine than in the crafting and building section of the Grounded Discord itself. It goes a little quiet. There's only like 5, 10, 15 people maybe chatting in the Grounded chat, but the more we get in there, the more people talk consistently, so it's all a win. Can't wait till it's on console, so I'll be watching. Yes, I think that's also sort of a hype thing, is that Enshrouded's coming to console, and it allows me to like get into the building and get going before it like blows up once it goes on console, because I have a feeling that it's going to get pretty popular. It's already doing very well, but it'll get a lot bigger once it comes to console, especially with the 16 people servers and stuff. 16 or 32, I can't remember. It's a lot. Dope. I'm not sure I love this right now, but everything else is starting to come together. The details are happening. These columns are going to be miserable to build, but there's not too many of them left. It's coming together, though. I at least got enough done tonight that I can make another really cool thumbnail. First saw you from See-Through's channel. Yep, that's where I got my start. So I like to give people the same opportunity, and it's hard for me to find the time to do it, but I am up for doing base tours of people's bases. Trying to work through one. I need to message them back actually to do another base tour. But I'd love the chance to continue it since See-Through no longer does. And it's another thing where I think it'd be cool to do on Enshrouded and other games I play and build on as well. I think that'd be a pretty awesome thing to do for people. I might bring this out here. I don't know. Can't say. All right. It is 10:40. Went a little longer tonight just because people were here chatting and having fun. I should be here tomorrow night as well. Doing the same old thing. Building away. Same time, same place. I always start between 7 and 8 Pacific Standard Time. It all depends on when my son falls asleep. But I should be back tomorrow unless, you know, things happen, life happens. But I appreciate everyone hanging out. Thank you, Nader and Dylan, Fancy, everyone who hung out late, and Somex also. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.